Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beauty Business Mindset Podcast. This is Celeste. Today it's going to be a heartfelt episode. So I wanted to share one of my core values, which is don't ever push yourself beyond your own personal limits when you're going through something. My chinchilla, so I had a chinchilla. Her name was Rue. She was with us for many years. She passed away yesterday, and it was really sad. And part of this beauty business mindset podcast is for sharing for multi-passionate mompreneurs who want actionable tools and also support, because you are not alone and life is going to throw unexpected things. I forgot how much love you can have for a little fur baby or a little animal, and I always love sharing, my obstacles, how I move past them to help empower yourself, and also always add a little bit of laughter and keeping it real AF. I wanted to share this episode about the importance of focusing. Are you putting focus and attention into what small things matter the most in your life? And this was inspired, and this episode is going to be inspired by Ruru, because being able to hold her, to care for her, to give her a raisin, and to spend the last 24 hours with her was amazing. Because even though she's a little fur animal, she was something really special for her family. And she had her own personality. And it got me into thinking, we live in such a fast paced world, where it's always like lots of people have to-do lists, and, I am a part of programs and, or looked into programs to see if it's a right fit for me, because not every program or every person out there that says it's a mentor or is an educator or professional means I should be working with them or it's aligned with my values. But I see this calendar, right? And they always do this productivity calendar, and it's full with over 5, 10, even 15, 20 things to do in a day. And I started thinking with this whole thing with losing my little pet about the importance of really focusing in our day-to-day. Leave room for those little things that matter the most. This is a heartfelt episode because it comes directly from my heart. And if you are dealing with any kind of, hard time right now, I want you to know that I have so much love for you. I may not understand fully in my capacity what you're struggling through. Part of mindset, which is one of the things that I do not agree with, is that, you have to be positive 24/7 and move past it. And it's not true. We do not need to be happy 24/7. We are entitled as humans. We are allowed as humans, let's use that word, allowed as humans, to have emotions, to feel sad, and to have days to process things. So instead of, I did a little thing on social, just on my stories, just for people, that actually follow me and care. But I wanted to do this episode for you if you're dealing with a hardship right now. And sometimes we don't need that. Hey, we can do it. We need okay, how do we reframe this into something to help us refocus in our life? So let's get to it. What do you value the most in your life? What are those little things that you value? It can be something as simple as drinking your hot cup of coffee or tea in the morning in peace and quietness. It can be little things as being able to play with your kids outside or read with them or talk to them about how their day went. It's about the little things in life. And with, a world where sometimes both of us are working, like for me, I have a partner. So sometimes we both are working or we take turns so we can be with the kids. Each family is unique and there is no right or wrong way to live life or work in life. But one of the biggest things that I've learned since this past 2 years, since 2020, has been this whole vision of having a business that fits my lifestyle and no longer allowing my business to take over my life. As beauty professionals, as multi-passionate mompreneurs, we start in business, and please ignore the baby in the back because she's trying to go nappy and she's fighting it today. We go through this whole process where we feel guilty over the things that we do. So as we go into this whole thing about business and working, whether we're self-employed or we have a team or we work under somebody, I know we all want to be successful in our own way. And that's why I believe truly that's so important that you know exactly what success means to you, what you value dearly, what are your top 5 values in your life. And one of them for me is family. And that you really take the time from time to time to slow down and see what's going on inside of your world. This past 2 weeks, keeping it candid AF as a mother has been very hard, and just in the sense that my kids are getting older, and stuff happens at school, and stuff happens outside of school, and it has been very important for me to be more present. To not mean like you have to be with your kids all 24/7. I mean more present when you're with them, right? So like for me has been like removing myself from the phone, which I worked on last year, and this year has been so much more easier. I'm not always on my phone. I'm not always taking classes. I'm not always on education. I'm more into implementing. If I want to have a more fulfilling, happy life and be more present in my life, I need to take the action to do those things. So that's what I've been doing, and it has been this beautiful transition, and I wanted to share this with you as today as we let our little pet go, that it's so important that we focus in those small moments, because in a blink of an eye, things change. But also, having said that, in a blink of an eye, you can change things. And I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm never going to lie to you, tell you, oh, it was a piece of cake, because I think that's right now, especially, maybe it's just me, let me know. Being a part of the marketing world, I feel like, don't you feel like when you go on IG, like Instagram or Facebook, we just see ads and this is the perfect thing and this is the secret to this, and it's all your mindset. You're being negative because you're not attracting this, or you think things are hard because of this. Like, no, sometimes things are going to be challenging. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying you're not capable of doing it. I'm just saying like that's the truth. I didn't wake up one day knowing how to color hair. It was something that I had to really practice and master that skill, and I continue to practice even though I don't post on Instagram and Facebook. I'm constantly practicing on that skill. And we're not looking for validation, right, from others. It's so important that we go back into validating ourselves, into putting ourselves first too. And sometimes people say wow, how can you put yourself first? What does that even matter? And it's because if you are well within, everything outside of you, everything that you produce from the outside in will be well as well. And as I'm doing right now my renovation with my trailer, it has been really it's crazy how sometimes when we're renovating our business or we're changing something in our business, we as humans also change and evolve if we allow ourselves to. And for me, it has been so important to share this journey with you, because I want to keep, we're human, we're all human, and we all have emotions, and unexpected things happen. We are nearing the end of the renovation that I'm doing, and I am so flipping excited. So excited, you guys. I'm really for the looks of it, by Sunday we'll be all done. And I can start doing the magic of the decorating and all the fun things I have planned for it. But I did not expect losing my pet, and something so dear to me to happen today. And, and today I have some things that I had to do, and I decided to, just have a day to be in my feelings and have a day to just have open space. And I allowed for things to come and flow as they would. And doing this podcast today just seemed natural and seemed like the right choice for me. And I wanted to share with you that throughout this process, hey, something really unexpected and sad happened. And sometimes that will happen in life. Sometimes when, those amazing success milestones that we reach, that we've been working so hard for, we're so excited and something unexpected will happen. And, I feel like we always have the choice because the choice is yours. This is your life. It's your business, right? So you get to choose what's best for you. And it's the choice of, hey, do we give up? Hey, do I feel really sad and just stop what I'm doing? Or hey, do I take a time for me, like I'm taking like the day today, to, like be able to be in my feelings and process it and journal and just be in the moment. And then tomorrow, continue on. Probably not as my regular self. I probably won't be doing any videos this week. I'll be just posting more posts this week and more heartfelt because it's how I feel this week. I won't do a post right today. We wouldn't do a post today because you're sad or I'm sad, right? So I think it's so important. I wanted to share that because nobody shares that. So what happens when you're sad? Well, people say like, oh, you should batch your content and have it pre-scheduled. And although I have batched content that's ready to go and pre-scheduled, the reality is that I'm sad. The reality is there's a human behind the business, and that human gets to be sad and feel their emotions. And when you're going through something hard, I want you to know that you're allowed to feel your emotions and it's not going to hinder your growth. I am so fed up with this whole like hustle and do 24/7 and show up all the time BS. Even with TikTok, like I did like a 30-day challenge, and I learned like it's bullshit. Like you do not need to show up every day on there. But anyways, but I learned it because I did the work, right? And I wanted to share 2 quick little stories about really hard setbacks that I experienced in my business and how that has helped me to grow even more than I ever imagined. So the first thing was with my daughter. So if you're new to the podcast, hi, welcome. I am a mama of 3. I had my last baby in 2019. And in 2020, while we were going through a renovation, my baby had an accident and she fell down a flight of stairs and she was in ICU for 3 days. And I was with her, and it was right during the pandemic, of course. We had just started, all this damn thing was new, and it was just a whole hot mess, okay? I didn't have clothes with me. I didn't have anything with me. It was just a hot mess, and my husband couldn't be there with us. And I remember I was praying, whatever you believe in, source energy. I believe in source energy, mindset, and also in God. So I was praying to God, and I was like, you know what? Like, I just want you to save my daughter, and I don't want her to have any repercussions of this. And I promise if you do that, I will shut down my salon. I had a salon suite that had just signed a lease on March 2020. And 2 weeks later, we got shut down. And I lived in beautiful California, which I still do. And so we were mostly shut down. And we're in the hospital. A day before we got out of the hospital, they announced that we were having our shutdown, our second shutdown during that year, big shutdown. And my daughter seemed to, like, the doctors were really impressed with her progress and how she was healing. It was amazing. They thought it was like, they couldn't understand how, like, unharmed she was from the incident. And we got to go home. And that is the moment I decided to close my salon suite. Why am I sharing something so intimate with you? Because that was, as a mother, like having a human that you love so much. And if you have a fur baby and you love him that much, the possibility of losing something you love so much and so dearly is hard, especially when I've never had any incidents with any of my children. They've all been super healthy and no incidents at all. And this big boom happens. And I didn't know that decision was going to start the whole cycle of me wanting a mobile business and innovating a mobile business. And, like all these opportunities and doors that opened up to me because I was able to think outside the box, not just with the mobile business, but also how I do business. I was able to put myself out there in a different way, in different light, and open myself up to different things outside of the box because of that one hard incident. A part of the story that nobody knows that I'm sharing with you here candidly, being open-hearted on this podcast, is that I went through 8 months of therapy. And I mean weekly therapy, talking to a therapist because I couldn't sleep because of the mom guilt, okay? And why would I share something so personal with you? Because we go through real things that nobody knows about. I was candid months later after post therapy that, I had to talk to a therapist and she had helped me, and mental health is real. I am not a licensed therapist. But what I am saying, it's okay to ask for help. And sometimes when we go through hard things, we can be high functioning, which is what I tend to do. But I was hiding the other part where I was getting help to move forward. And having the help to move forward has healed so many things beyond my daughter's incident, beyond things that I didn't know I was struggling with. And I wanted to share that with you today because being in business for yourself, when you have clients and others expecting things of you with deadlines and trading your time for money, is hard because you don't always get to say no. You don't always get to put yourself first. And sometimes there are incidents where you have to put yourself first. And, like after, having my little Ruru go away and she's gone, I just wanted to just do this candid, open-hearted episode with you today about the importance of putting those small things that matters most to you first. Business is beautiful and money is a beautiful thing. It's a tool, okay? It's a tool. But all the happiness comes from within. All the acceptance is going to come from within you. What will make you happy is going to be you. It's not where you live. It's not where you drive. It's not all the things that you do have. It's about the things that you treasure and that you love. And the time that you spent with those things that you love and treasure, and not being this whole freaking you have to guilt trip yourself, or you're not being a good mother, or you can have it all in bliss. It is freaking it's BS. I think you can have an amazing life that is abundant and happy and fits your perfect, rhythm. But my rhythm may not match your rhythm. Your rhythm may not be the same as my rhythm to live life. And that's why in today's episode, to end this, I wanted to share this episode that, sometimes hard things happen in our personal lives that are going to make us feel discouraged or sad or make us think, am I doing the right thing? And from someone who has experienced this multiple times in my life as a child, as a grown-up, as a mother, and even with this little animal that passed away that I really loved, it has taught me that maybe it's just a reminder to focus on what matters, to remember not everything's under my control, but I do get to control my perspective. I can be sad, I can take time away, and it's not going to delay anything. Just because today I decided to take a day for myself and not post a post on my page on social media or on Facebook or post on TikTok or my other platform that I love to use, does not mean I am a failure. So if you need time to process and you decide, hey, today I can't post because it's a hard day, you're not going to fail. I feel it's so important that we are more aligned with ourselves, because you are the light that attracts your business. You are the light that attracts your blessings. And the people that love you and care about you, even your clients, will understand that, hey, sometimes there may be days when you're not always happy and smiling and chirpy. And just like there are days that they don't want to talk, just like there are days where they want silence, just like there are days where they're super happy, just when there are days that they are sad. We are all humans living in this world, experiencing our own human experiences. So don't forget that behind that amazing woman, man or human that you are, or non-binary, whatever, like, is not whatever, but what you identify with or as. You matter so much. Your feelings matter. You are valid. And you need to give yourself the authorization to do what's right for you. Because in my past, this is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh yeah, so it's going to be 5 years. So this November, it'll be 5 years that I've had my business. And in this past over 4 years that I've had my business, the setbacks have not hindered my growth. The setbacks have not stopped me from achieving or going after my dreams. On the contrary, I really feel that my willingness to sit in the emotions, acknowledge what I feel, give myself the space to heal and do it, and also to be able to be organic in my business has really helped my growth. And you matter. Your feelings matter. And maybe to some people, they may not understand it, but I want you to know that you are so important as a human. You're so much more than your business. You are so much more than your income. You are an amazing human just for being you. And your boundaries and your feelings and your setbacks matter, and they need to be acknowledged by you and respected by you. And sometimes we just need some time. And as I take my day today to heal my time, even though I'm doing this podcast, I'm doing this podcast in real time because it intuitively and in my heart, it felt like the right thing to do. And I also wanted to share that all of us, even though we see each other on Instagram, or we see each other on social media, or we see each other's websites where we're smiling and happy, because most of the time, I'm not going to lie, I love to giggle and laugh, and I am smiling. I love to smile. It's just something natural. I don't know why. I just like to. And I like to do my really like high-pitched happy voice, and my kids make fun of me, and everybody makes fun of me for it. They're like, why you do that to your voice? I'm like, because I'm happy. Or I'm like sharing something from my heart. I don't know. It just comes out naturally, you guys. The moral of the story is that we are all human. We are all human, and we have so much more similarities than we think we do. We may not dress the same. We may not think the same all the time. But let's agree to disagree, and let's agree to allow each other's human side to come out, and to give each other the space, and most importantly, to give ourselves the space and grace to be in those moments that aren't all the happiness 24/7 that everybody says that we should be, and that we can be successful, and we can be positive and encouragement, and we can be innovative, and we can be inspiring, without having to be fake or inhuman of ignoring our feelings. Because I know ignoring my own feelings has never been of service to me or to others. So take care of yourself. Make some time for you. Go back and focus on those little things that matter so much to you today. It can be something so simple as like reading your book, lighting your candle, going on a walk, drinking your hot tea, or or like a glass of water that makes you happy. And remember that you matter. Your feelings and emotions matter. And I hope that this podcast was a service to you. As always, take what resonates with you and what's helpful. Release the rest, because the rest was not meant for you, and that is okay. So much love, and I will see you back here this week. Bye, love.